Why, hello there, folks. Welcome to yet another episode of Hyper Rhyme Space Intel. We are now up to episode, it looks like, 15. Correct. We have 15 episodes. I am your host, One Sir Grove of EVT England. Grandmaster Grove in the motherfucking house. So, looking at today's news, I haven't looked at it because, quite frankly, man, fuck the news. 99% of it is fake, though. You know what I'm saying? Probably some bullshit about Comey and fucking, I don't know, whatever, Hillary and Barack Obama. Fucking some stupid ass news. So, not interested, in stupid politics and in bullshit. Stupid ass politics aside, let's talk about planetary and interplanetary defense. We need that. It used to be, in the minds of a lot of people, science fiction. They were like, interplanetary defense, planetary defense. That's Star Trek, man. I mean, come on, dude. That's some bullshit. Like, it's just totally fucking sci-fi. Let's get over that. Let's get over that hump. And let's realize for a moment, those of us who understand and who have deeper truth knowledge, the deeper truth is this. This shit is real as fuck. And people are talking about it. Leaders. Because you have several things going on. You have asteroids where our governments around the world, NASA, US, Russia, China, the Australians, Canadians, African countries, whoever has a fucking observatory and can see shit from fucking space, either a physical telescope, the internet, we're finding these different rocks that we didn't know, well, at least our governments claim they didn't know about until just recently. And some of these rocks are potentially hazardous. So we need a way to deflect and destroy and remove those threats, those asteroid threats, that they're not asteroids that are far off necessarily. They're right around the corner, and our governments again, claim that we don't know about them until last week. So we need a way to defeat that. In other words, we need to come up with solutions to blow those motherfucking asteroids away, like the movies that you've seen. And it's not a joke. It's fucking real. It's an industry, and it's going to be a big industry. So we need to take a look at that. The other thing is EMP. Dastardly fucking villain motherfuckers trying to do some EMP shit on any level to interfere with electronics, communications. And so we need to fucking defeat that. So it's not a joke. It's not a game. It used to be a movie, but it's real, and it's real now. So these are industries. How to counter EMP threats. We have to create certain technologies that can defeat nuclear weapons. Seriously, think about it, man. Defeat, disable, deactivate nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons are crude and medieval. It's like these landmines that are placed in different countries. They're there, and you have countries and companies and individuals, organizations trying to come up with solutions and the best way to go to where the landmines are and remove them from the soil, from the earth. And it's not always as easy as people think it is to do this. And that's why there are landmines, sadly, scattered in different countries that have just been sitting there, because if it were just so easy to fucking remove them, then they wouldn't exist. They'd all be gone. Well, the same is true of these nuclear weapons. Humans created these fucking rude and crude and ridiculous unnecessary fucking nuclear weapons that are medieval and stupid and illogical. And now that there are so many of them, people are starting to think, well, wait a second, why the fuck do we need them? They're stupid. We never did need them. We need to fucking get rid of them. There'll always be some military strategists out there. Always be some people who try to convince you that they were necessary so that America and our allies could have some kind of balance, some power advantage, and some kind of game theory advantage. And they'll show you some math and be like, well, if we didn't have them, this would have happened, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, the reality, man, is that that's an illusion. We don't need nuclear weapons on planet Earth. What we need is peace on planet Earth. Think about it. If humans work together, which that's what we need to do, we need to work with North Korea, we need to work with Russia, we need to work with China, and they need to work with us. North Korea needs to work with the United States. China needs to work with the United States. Russia needs to work with the United States. And all those countries, they all need to work together. And we need to work to defeat asteroids, to defeat invaders from other fucking planets. Sounds crazy, right? Well, it sounded crazy before, decades ago, when people were talking about we might have to start blowing up asteroids one day, like in the fucking movie Armageddon, right? Okay? Well, it's not crazy now. And that's what I'm saying is, you never know, man. There could be some fucking invaders from outer space sometime in the future. future. That's why our military is working on defeating them, whatever entities we're talking about here. And it's not a joke, and it's not a game, and yeah, it used to be a movie, but it's fucking real as shit. So, we need organizations with thinkers, people who are advanced, people who know that these things are not jokes, that they're not hoaxes, that they're fucking for real, and that they pose grave threats to our society. And it sounds, absurd, only up to a certain point, and then you're like, oh shit, this shit is fucking real. So we need to materialize a S.H.I.E.L.D.-like organization, and several of them, to defend Earth, because it's necessary and imperative. So I have taken it upon myself as an initiative to stand up, to be a leader, to spearhead this movement. If you go to rhymespace495.podbean.com, that's http://rhymespace495.podbean.com. I'll spell it out for you again. http://rhym as in Michael, E-S as in Sierra, P as in Papa, A, C Charlie, E Echo, I India, and November, T Tango, E Echo, L Lima, the numerals 495.podbean.com. Hyper Rhyme Space Intel is the name of the podcast. The URL is Rhyme Space Intel 495.podbean.com. So I reverse them, but they're the same. So if you listen carefully, closely, and pay attention, you'll understand. The name of the show is Hyper Rhyme Space Intel. The URL for the show is the reverse of that, and instead of starting with hyper, it starts with Rhyme Space Intel 495.podbean.com. So for those of you who want to become patrons, go to http://www.p as in Papa, A Alpha, T Tango, R Romeo, E Echo, O Oscar, N November.com/hyper rhyme space intel. Again, www.patreon.com/hyper rhyme space intel. Become a patron if you want and be part of this movement. This is an important movement. It's not a fucking joke. We're forward thinking here. I've spearheaded this movement to defend Earth, Planetary, and outside Interplanetary. This is defense space. It sounds fucking crazy on the surface, but if you think about it, it has to be done. Because when you see the news about asteroids and the looming threat of these potentially dangerous, potentially hazardous asteroids, who the fuck is working on this? NASA's telling you about it. You're on Instagram, checking out photos of friends and family and shit. I'm talking about, man, we have to fucking blow up the asteroids. We have to counter the EMP. We have to work with allied governments to get rid of dangerous nuclear weapons that are in stockpile that we have decided collectively as a global group that they don't need to fucking exist in great numbers anymore. We have to come up with effective, efficient means with which to disable, deactivate, and eliminate them. And also counter fucking EMP. EMP threats to sense, detect, and counter. We have to fucking do that shit. And it's going to cost billions of fucking dollars. Hundreds of billions ultimately. This could be $1 trillion industry. So, this is important. I am a pioneer. I am a trailblazer. I have a maverick approach to this. I need patrons. We need patrons. You need patrons. Organizations. People need to come together. Folks need to fucking get on board with this program to defend Earth, Planetary, outside Earth, Interplanetary. It has to be done. Hyper Rhyme Space Intel is a platform, a vehicle for that. Thank you so much in advance.